And we return once more, dear friends, to the dungeon beneath. We beat the virus. We can lose this run now. I'm so proud of myself for getting that far. That boss is too hard. I mean, it's definitely in a different league than the other bosses. Or we could also just say it's a really fun boss. Let's bury it and move on. Now we are in the final. I shouldn't call them floors. I don't know then. Area of the dungeon. In the final area of the dungeon before we get to the Abaddon final boss. I don't even remember what kind of boss we find at the end of this area here. It's gonna be that dragon dude, I suppose. Since there's these statues of him, but I don't remember that boss, like I said. I have more potions for sale. Alright. I think we should level one. And let us level the armor smith. Alright, he gets a golden hammer. Goes up to 4 armor given out. He gets 2 extra maximum health. Very nice. Attack. This one is green and this one is white, which means that it isn't buffed over here, so I think he might go to 3. Negative. That would have been too much. But we did get 1 extra attack, and in that now we are getting more armor per turn onto the armored knight. Now comes the question. Do we want to heal up the hero for 1 gold? This one also only costs 1 gold. I mean, surely that must be the right call, right? And then if we do that, we put the necrotic ring here. I am not sure about this decision. It's gonna suck if we lose the armor smith, but he will almost always be working together with the tank, so he should not be in the line of danger. And this way we can, not that we want to use the hero for tanking, but sometimes it's simply unavoidable, and now we can at least take 1 minor hit before we die. We have the Sightless one. Targets the highest health enemy poisons. Oh, this is how we died the previous run, isn't it? Indeed. So this time, don't leave a lane open and expect that everything will be okay. Targets the highest health enemy, this guy. Scorbit. Choo-choo. I think I want it like that. Well, the Cleric of the Path, has his own healing. We do want him to take some damage, in fact. Kind of interesting. We can always move the horror specs in front later. Let's focus on killing 1 Scorbit as quickly as possible. So let's pile all the damage into 1. We're up to 5 attack now here. Perfect. Three, 2, 1, go. So he lost 1 health in that turn. Now we've got there's a Void Wisps blowing up, which is going to be just great. And you will keep targeting the same dude, that's fine. Being hit on the middle and the bottom lane, nothing to worry about there. And we have enough damage to kill the Scorbit here, even without using Taskin in that lane. So let's move him up to start targeting the other Scorbit. And now I think we are in fact just out healing them, which is going to be great. Good stuff. And he's going to keep hitting the same guy who is never ever going to take damage from it. It looks like the poison is also going on the armor. Well, maybe, you know what, I kind of want to see that. The poison, I want to know if the poison deals damage to him or to the armor. That's not super intuitive. Some games handle it very differently. Of course, I know what I would do if I was designing a game, but not every game designer has the same approach. So let's figure it out here once and for all. Poison makes him lose 1 armor, indeed. Alright. Well, this cannot possibly go wrong, he said and then died. Last time anyway. Everything's all good. All good. Boom. Alright, and we get to level the knight. Oh, look at him getting a fancy thing on his hat. Extra health, extra attack. Perfect. I'm looking forward to see what you do at level 3. I expect it's just going to be higher health though, and maybe even one more attack if we're really lucky. Alright, and then we only need to level the horror specs, then everyone is level 3. What am I saying? That was his level 2. So now we have 2 level 2s and 2 level 3s. We're going into a camp. It has to be a seriously good hero to replace anything here. Oh, we've got the high level squire. Oh, he doesn't do armor. For a sec there I was thinking that he did armor too. No, he does power. No. Mage of the Sun gains double the amount of power, which would combo with the amulet we have in here. And 3 base attack, but no. And the Hypogean level 3 beast fighter has +3 attack if your party isn't full, which it is and should be. So we could refresh, but honestly, I'm hoping to really buy us a ton of stuff in the next shop. So we are saving our money. Menacing Radiance. Round end summon 2 unstable radiances. I forget what that is. Alright. Fun. Let us tank it on the cleric who heals at the end of the round by herself. We could do it like this. That's much better. Now we're taking no damage. Good team here. I can feel it. Oh, we don't want Teskin in the same lane as the armor smith. What are they? Round end deal 5 damage to all characters in this lane. Interesting. And it's the same here. And that's what you do every round. In this round though, we should be just fine. I mean, we've got these 2 blowing up. And then that will create some ripples through time here, making the horror specs explode. All of them. It would have been really good to level him earlier. But he was dead last time I was dealing out that big amount of XP, I think. Unfortunately. So we definitely want to keep him alive now so we can get him leveled up. I think this is just fine as it is. We're not killing these unless the horror specs picks it up, but like I said, I don't think he can attack the hero in the back line here, so he will be hitting these with his special ability, and there's going to be 2 of them. I don't think it can go wrong. Yeah. Now it's different. Now it is indeed different. This will do 5 damage to all characters in this lane. Well, here's the theory. And if this fails, then we die. I don't think this is going to hurt my hero. Because it's not an attack. An attack will go out, and if there's nothing here blocking, it'll hit the hero. This one specifically says the lane, and there's no hero in that lane. It will not spill over. This is an ability, not an attack. The thing is, there's no other way. I can't. We don't want to lose the horror specs. But why would that help? Having him here, he's gonna get blown up, and why would that If the theory is that it would damage the hero, then that would happen anyway. No. Surely this is gonna block everything. 3, 2, 1. Any last thoughts? No. Go in. Ooh. Theory proven to be correct. Very good. Which means we can do like this. And we're wasting 3 damage. And a healing, I suppose. Trading for not shooting into 5 health. So I think that works out just fine. Oh, see, huh? I was beginning to think that they couldn't spawn in the middle lane because that would, I mean, that's gonna hurt him too, right? But we don't care here. We've won regardless of what happens. What an interesting fight. XP for the horse specs. Off to the shop we go. Give us something good. Buy a thing. We got Thoric's ring. And armor gloves is battle start, gain 1 armor. No. Thoric's ring, round end, gain 1 armor. Surely. It's kind of a tricky question. Hear me out. Of course, we want it on the armored knight as much as we can get, and the more armor the better. But it might also be really, really good, like on the horror specs, just to give more tankiness to other characters, because the armored knight is already never ever gonna die in this combo. Our weak points are the other 2 mages here. Thoric's ring. Oh, okay. So, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that we are buying that thing. Then we can still afford another thing. Titan's Wall, Falcon's Band, Armored Gloves. Or a shuffle, but what would we, then we have 5 money, and what will we buy with 5 money that is better than the armored gloves? It cannot go on the armored knight, but it can go on like the hoarder specs instead of the tan gloves here. I'm just thinking about whether or not we should save the money. For 6 money, we might be able to buy something else later that is better. Like another Thoric's ring. Or potion belt would be better. Another scepter would be as good, even better than the potion belt. Other than that, we have lots of equipment slots. We had 6 out of 13. We will probably get at least 1 more shop on this in this area before the Abaddon fight. So I'm gonna gamble and not buy the armored gloves. When we get to the next shop, we will be able to refresh the store as well, but we will have more money to buy 1 big, meaningful item. And so the only thing is, I mean, if we die in between now and number 13 here, that would suck, but would the armored gloves have made the difference? Maybe, we won't know right now. I'm gonna go with probably not. So, yeah, I hope I'm making the right choice there. Like this. Yeah, we are gonna save that money. And the Thoric's ring did go on the knight then, and I think that's fine. Follow-up, change lanes and gain 1 attack. Follow-up every round then. Bonus objective, take no hero damage. And he's got the little imp. Weakening He weakens people, okay. And the Servant of Fire has 80 health and gains 1 extra attack every turn. Okay. Change lanes. I am thinking that maybe we should move them around so that we take the lowest of his attacks on the Cleric, who self-heals over time. And then he changes lanes next turn, hopefully up to the Armored Knight, where we then will take the bigger hit. If it goes down here, then what? Then it's going to deal 4 damage, and that's not going to kill the Horror Specs. The Horror Specs also is not going to do a whole lot in this fight. Next turn we get the Essence Distillers, of course. And we're doing a ton of damage. This is not going to be a long fight, even with 80 health. Alright, it did go south. And that's okay. Look at him being at 7 attack now. Beautiful. Alright, I was wondering if these Void Wisps would hurt the Emperor Prince here, but no. I still don't know why these need health. Like, there's just no way to affect them ever. It's kind of a weird mechanic with this thing that cannot be targeted. But whatever. Up to 4 attack, and you went down to 66. Our damage output goes up though, and we've got a massive burst this turn because of the Desert Void Wisps. I think we will be okay. Alright, so I mean he does do 10 damage now, because this guy's weakened, and that's a little bit scary. Not gonna lie, that is a bit scary. Down to 45, we are not halfway yet. We are not halfway yet. We do what? 10, 13, 16 damage per turn. Ooh, that's gonna be a few turns then until we get the kill. Yikes. Yeah, now he's at 6. And that's an instant kill on any of these two guys, so I kind of have to move the Armored Knight in front, right? Unless we are okay with losing the Cleric. So let me do the math. Here we have 10, 16 again. 16, it's gonna be 16 every turn, don't have to count it. 16, and then it's 13 next turn, isn't it? Because we lose the 3, and then he's dead. 16 plus 13 is 29. Yes. Okay. Keejchen's bad at math, but it's fine. I am pretty sure we will be a-okay here. And he will always go last. Yeah, he's got speed 1. $13 indeed. 13 damage coming in. Clutch, but we got it. Get the full gold. XP for the horror specs. Now we're going into a camp. What could we possibly get that would replace anything? Hope? Oh! That is kind of interesting, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Oh, is it only 3? We are counting healing objects. Every time we heal something, the Cleric of the Rose will deal 2 damage to the nearest enemy in this lane. On top of that, she does 2 damage per turn. We've got a Holy Scepter deal, that's once per turn. We've got the Potion Belt, that's 2 per turn. And then we've got the Cleric of the Path healing something as well, that is 3 triggers per turn of the Cleric of the Rose. Assuming that stuff is damaged, because if stuff is not damaged, then we won't get the healing. But let's just assume that we can pull that off every turn. That is, plus its own attack. It's at level 3 here, so it's not going to be better than that. That's going to be plus 2 attack. So that's 8 per turn. 8 per turn on at best. Okay. The Horror Specs by comparison has 1 less health, but has a really nice thing where it deals a ton of damage when we kill stuff. And Abaddon, I think I was actually really sad that I ended up sacrificing the Horror Specs during the Abaddon fight last time, because he kept summoning units, right? And so now it's even better. We gotta do this. Health and health. It's down to 3 health. So if we put those same items on the Cleric of the Rose, it would go to 8 health. Horsepex is so brittle. Now, I think it's the right play to get the Cleric of the Rose. I didn't even look at the other ones. Deal double damage against poison characters. Oh. Oh, you don't poison stuff yourself. Never mind. And then we have the Rogue with Poisonous, Slaying, Inexhaustible. Is a fighter. Oh, it's a fighter, so that would trigger with the journal. That's not better than the Cleric of the Rose, right? 4 damage per turn plus poisonous, and it's inexhaustible, but that means he goes to 4 attack because of the book here, and then he goes to 5 per turn on average with the poison on Abaddon. The Horror Specs combos with the 2 Distillers, right? And that's really nice, but that only works in the first... That's like a little burst at the start of the fight, and Abaddon doesn't really do anything the first 2 turns, more or less. Like, he's a marathon boss, and the Horror Specs is a sprinter with the Distillers. So I think I have made up my mind. Can we sell the hero? Oh my god. No. Okay. He can, in theory, do more damage per turn if the opponent summons 3 units in a turn. Then he can do 12 when we have him at maximum strength. But that's not going to be every turn. Sometimes the Abaddon summons 2 units, sometimes he doesn't summon any at all. And honestly, the Cleric of the Rose is just going to do more DPS and has like 5 more health. Oh no, that's not true. Oh, exaggerating a bit. Double the health still. 6 instead of 3. Now, I want the Cleric here actually to have more lower speed. So that it goes after the opponent's attacks, so that stuff is damaged when he activates. It activates. Alright. Huh. I'm not sure about the decision. You guys can let me know in the comments down below if you think that I'm a fool. Ember Spirit. Have we met you before? I don't think we have. Has bonus attack equal to their armor. Oh, round end, gain 15 armor, then move. Alright, but we can take away that armor, obviously. Except if stuff is in the way. Death, destroy the Ember Spirit on the Spirit Urn. He's attacking this boulder. What a weird fight. Would it not make the most sense to attack here? We can also, I mean, he goes as the very last. So we are dealing 12 here, which means we take him down to a damage output of 3 on the boulder. Or we put Keejchen here. The Cleric of the Rose does way more damage output. Except we're not going to be healing anyone, because no one is going to be taking damage for a while. Ah, he moves. So that might change. This is 12 in the lane. Going up to every round, it's gonna be more than that in here. But in the first round, it doesn't matter. The boulder will tank everything, so we don't have to reduce his armor. I think I want to kill the Spirit Urn first. That makes sense to me. When he goes down into this lane, which he might, and attacks here, that's gonna be trouble. Ah, but no, we will be reducing his attack every turn by just attacking in this lane and hitting him. And so he won't be doing the 15, he's gonna be doing like 3 if I do this. And that's gonna be enough for the Cleric of the Path to take it. But let's attack the urn first here. I'm fairly confident. Yes, so now he's doing 15 down here. Move Keejchen up. We are doing a total of what? 13, 15 to him. So he is not doing any damage to us. That's actually kind of silly because we do want to heal. And then we trigger the Cleric of the Rose. So we are gonna let him damage. No, this is 5 damage. Because he gets reduced by 10. Oh, and 2 more. So 3 damage coming in the Cleric of the Rose. That's fine. Cleric of the Path. So many clerics in this game. Yeah, and now the boulder's being hit, which is fine. Oh, we are healing the boulder? Alright, they really gotta differentiate between constructs and other types of units. That's going to be one of my most pertinent critiques of this game, I think, other than maybe the rebalancing of some of the bosses, which doesn't necessarily think. But this healing a boulder, come on, that's getting a little bit silly, All right, we got the guy. No worries, and I suppose we were leveling up the Hoarder specs, and then we got rid of him, so we actually lost some XP. I didn't think that we would ever replace him. But there you go. Get an item, 2 extra health for fighters only. We can put it on the Armor Smith then. Whatever. We can get the Necrotic Ring away from Keejchen if we want, and onto the Armor Smith instead of the Scepter, because the Scepter can go here and that would be just fine. And it should, because this one has low speed. Do we want to move the Necrotic Ring up to the Armor Smith? I think no. Because I would like to tank more with the Armor Smith than I want to do with Keejchen, and if he has 5 health, that's going to be a little bit tricky. Alright, so for the next episode, we are going to be going up against this Abyss Guardian, but for now, this is Keejchen signing off. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for another update coming tomorrow. See you then, guys, and bye-bye.